work number 7 so that if you didn't get it, then maybe you will. Okay? And I'm going to pull up a tissue box. Okay? Because honestly, the drawing is a 2D representation, or it's a 2D representation of a tissue box. Okay? And it's talking about surface area. Okay? And the surface area of anything is the area of all of its sides added together. It's the total. Okay? That's your surface area. Now, if you look at your tissue box or your drawing, please open it up. Get it out. You just put it away. You don't know what I'm talking about because you're not looking at it. So please open it. And if everybody has it open, then we're all paying attention, and nobody knows whether I missed it or not because everybody's looking at theirs. Trenton, you're not, oh, you do have it there. I apologize, buddy. Okay. Now then, that drawing is there, and it's giving us a dimension of 6, W, and 8. Well, if I take this tissue box, and I take a permanent marker, it's telling me that this is my W. I don't know the width. It's telling me that this is 6 centimeters. So I've got W and I've got 6. And then it's telling me the distance. I got a vacuum. This is my 8. So I've got 8 by 6 by W up there. Is that better? This is my W. That's all right. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. It'll be fine. Okay? Now, how many sides are the same as this one? 2. Okay? How do we determine area? That's kind of important. How do you know how to do the area? What's the formula for area? Length times width. Okay? Length times width. Now, you said I have 2 sides like this. What's the height or the length of this side? 8. If this is 6, this is 8. Okay? So I have 2 of those. And 6 times 8. Now we said it's the total of all of it. So that gets these 2 sides. Okay? What about this bottom side that it's setting on? It's how big? How big is it? 6 times W, or 6W. And how many of them are exactly like this one? There's 2 of them. So I have 2 times 6W. Okay? That leaves me with the big side, the larger piece. No, it's something like that. But I've got 2 more sides. What's the dimensions of the other 2 sides? What's the dimension of these 2 sides, Tanner? 8W. And there are 2 of those. Now the story tells you what the surface area has to equal. What does the surface area, according to the story problem, have to be equal to? This is just reading the problem. Miss Olivia, 208. Once you get that, it's simple. Okay? So what is 6 times 8? Class? 48. So this technically is 2 times 48. This is 12W. Do you agree with me there? Yes. And I have 16W, and all of that is 208. Can you combine these 2 because they are like terms?
Yes.
And when you combine 12W and 16W, how many W's do you have, Trenton?
28.
28W. And 2 times 48 is equal to what? 2 times 48, Matthew? 96. Now I've simplified it. Am I ready to solve it?
No.
Yes. So what do I do first? What do I do first? Kaden?
Subtract 96 from both sides.
Subtract 96 from both sides because I'm creating what we call that zero pair. Okay? That leaves me with 28W equals, well, what is 208 minus 96? 112. How do I solve for W? What do I do next? What do I do next, Kennedy? Divide? Divide by what? Divide by 28. Good. Both sides, according to the division property of equality, can be divided by 28. And what is W equal to?
4.
W equals 4 what?
Centimeters.
4 centimeters. Good. Nope, just 4 centimeters. It's not squared. It's just 4 centimeters.
You know what I love about how you just did that?
What?
You showed every step.
And that's what I want them to
We
do.
can see your thinking.
Okay. Here, as I walked around, I saw some kiddos that aren't doing that. You're not showing me your step. You're showing me an answer. I realize that the calculator is going to do that multiplication for you. But I know where that's coming from. I realize that the calculator, you're going to plug it in, a lot of you, it's 12 and 16, but this little, I don't know, that little V tells me what you put together. Okay? And I see it all the way down. Here, I know how you got 96, got rid of it. The thing is, these are simple problems, although they feel to you like they're difficult. These are way simpler than what you're going to be seeing. If you don't learn how to show the process, one, you're going to get lost in your own work. But two, your instructors, the people that work with you, don't know what you're thinking, and so I can't see in your brain to see where you're consistently or repeatedly making a mistake. So I can't teach you. I can't bring it to your attention. And half the time, by the time you get to the answer and you get to the class, I don't know where it came from. I don't remember. Okay? Where if you showed it, you'd remember. You would have it there. If you're not showing your work, you're not going to get a grade. You may get by for a little while, but when I catch it, I'm going to take it away from you. Okay? I won't take the grade, but I won't give you credit for that one. Understand? All right. Any questions on how this happens? Okay? Any questions on any of the other homework? Oh, by the way, I guess I haven't shared this with you. I have decided that on Fridays, there will be a homework quiz. And that homework quiz will come from your homework that week. Okay? You won't get it out to do the problem, though. But it will be a problem you've already seen. Caden?
It's like a review of that.
It is a review of that week. It tells me where are you at on that week's concepts. Yes, ma'am?
Will it be like the exact problem, or
It'll be the exact problem. One from every day will be chosen. It'll be an exact, but you're not going to be able to get your homework out and be able to do it. So you have to understand how to do these things. And I'm going to be checking to see whether you do. Okay? So for a while, you're going to be doing an equivalence quiz, and then you'll do the homework quiz. All right? Yes, sir.
We don't have, excuse me, so we don't have a quiz this Friday.
I didn't say that.
Up in the chat.
This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. We've done 2 days worth of homework, right? So I can still pull a quiz this Friday. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's not a surprise quiz because it's coming. Okay? Now, are there any other problems on your homework that maybe you don't know why you made your mistake? Yes, ma'am? Or a
is it
question?
going to be worth a grade?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Duh.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
you said that it was how we, like, if we understand it for the week, so I didn't know if you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna know, but you're gonna get a grade. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I'm confused on 5 and 6.
On 5 and 6 from the.
Math journal.
Okay, let's do number 5. And you know what? I know he's not the only one. Because number 5 and 6 threw the distributive property in on you. Okay? Number 5. 2 times A plus 7 minus 7 equals 9. Okay, typically we start moving things around, but before you try to solve, you have to simplify both sides of the equation first. Okay? And in order to simplify with the distributive property, what do? How do I distribute that? It's basically what I'm asking you. How am I going to do it?
So you're gonna, since it's gonna be 2 times A plus 2 times 17, or 7 would be 14, and then you're gonna put in the minus 7 equals 9.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Do you see what's going on in my brain? I could have just written here. But you wouldn't have seen what was going on in my brain. Okay? Okay, so now, I've got that. What do I need now? What do I do now? Where can I simplify? What can I combine now? I'm going to combine these. So I have 2A plus 7 equals 9. Where do I go from there? Where do I go from there? Emily, where should I go from here? Now I need to get rid of the 7. I've got to get rid of the constant first. I've got to get rid of this one. So how do I get rid of the 7?
Then you need to subtract 7.
Good job. Minus 7. That gives me, these two cancel out because they equal 0. 2A equals 2. So what is A? What is A? 1. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. A equals 1. Yes, sir.
It's weird because I got 4 and a half, and if I check it, it's still right. I don't know how.
4.5 times 7 is 11 and a
I
half.
think I did it differently.
You see this? Is 4.5 times 7 11 and a half? Or 4.5 plus 7?
Yeah.
And 11.5 times 2 is 23. And 23 minus 7 will not equal 9. So it doesn't work.
I think I did it differently, but somehow it still checks right. I don't know how.
It doesn't check right though. If you check it right, it doesn't check right.
I
We'll
got
talk in a
4.5.
minute. But it can't check with that being 4.5. Because 4.5 plus 7 is 11 and a half times 2 is 23. And 23 minus 7 is not 9. It'll never be 9. So it doesn't check like that. Okay? Everybody understand how to use the distributive property? Number 6. Oh, I lost it. Number 6, 20 plus 8 parentheses Q minus 11 equals negative 12. Distributive property. Simplify the distributive property first. So I have 20 plus, I'm going to deal with that distributive property. What do I do with it? Distribute the 8 for me. Zane, that's okay. Distribute the 8 for me.
8Q.
8 times Q, good. And what's next?
88.
Okay, because we're going to say 8 times 11, which technically this becomes 88. You know where it came from. Okay? What do I do next? Is there anything there that I can combine? Any like terms? Any like terms? Look at it. Are there anything that's alike? Does 20 have a like term in that equation? Yes, it does. What is 20's like term? What is 20's like term, Michaela?
88.
Okay, do you see that? Okay, so I can combine 20 and I can combine 88 and 20 plus 88.
You have to subtract it.
Yes, I do have to subtract it because of that right there. Okay, so if I add opposite, 88 and 20, I have a negative 68 plus 8q equals negative 12. Do you agree with me there? What do I do next, Cooper?
You, what I did was subtracted 12 from 68.
I gotta do, now, I don't wanna bring the 12 to this side. I wanna take the 68 to the other side, and yes, you're gonna end up doing that, but how do I move this one?
You,
Create that zero pair.
Yeah.
And how do I create zero pair out of negative 68? And I don't need you telling him, let him answer.
you subtract 68 from, my mind is not blank, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. What do you think, Kenai?
You subtract 68 by 8.
Nope. What do I need to do? Create the zero pair, please, Tanner.
Yeah, 68 to both sides.
Add 68 to both sides. And Cooper, we're going to talk, because this is now 0, leaving 8q. Now, which one of these has the greater absolute value?
68.
Okay, 68. So actually, technically, I'm subtracting 12 from 68. Okay, I agree with that. But this is why. Okay? And so when you subtract 12 from 68, how much do you get? What did you get?
48.
48.
No, 46. No, 46. my bad.
46. Okay? 46. 56. Which is it?
56.
I agree. Okay? Now I have 8q equals 56. Q has to be alone. How do I get rid of the 8? How do I get rid of it?
You divide 8
Divide by 8
both sides.
on both sides, division property of equality, and Q now becomes
7.
7. Does it check? Does it check? That would be the question. I've got 20 plus 8 times 7 minus 11 equals negative 12. I gotta make sure it checks. 20 plus, what's 7 minus 11? Negative 4. Better be negative 4. When I do this, I end up with a negative 4. And 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. What's 20 plus negative 32? Negative 12 equals negative 12. Does it check?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? To check it, all you do is take what you get for the variable, plug it into the original, substitute it in, solve the problem, and make sure that both sides are equal. Okay? Any other questions? All right, here we go. Your assignment for tomorrow. .2 exercise, textbook, pages 14 through 15, 1, 2, 7, 9, and then 12 through 17. I think it's about 15 problems. Now, I realize that some of these are odd numbers, but if you don't have work, you don't have points. That simple. Show your work or miss the problem. Get it right, doesn't matter. No work, no points. Okay?
What if like you do part of the problem, like what if you do a problem and you do like 2 steps in one?
As long as you show those steps, you're okay. Yeah, whenever we go to here, you can come anytime. When we go to here, yeah, not a problem. 12 through 15. 12 through 7, just a minute, okay? All right, just because I gave you the assignment, that doesn't mean start talking.